Hi, are we live? Do we see? Do we hear? Did I? Yeah, cool. I took my laundry off the bed. Sick. Nice. Off to a good start. What's going on, everybody? Yes. Yes, we see and we hear. Okay. I'm really excited because I have some super cool, nice, fun things to share with you guys. One of which will remain a secret and probably until next week. But I need you to know I'm really happy about it and I can't wait to tell you guys because I think it's going to be awesome. Secondly, it that thought left the station in real time. Yeah. Secondly, movie night tomorrow, Saturday at 5 p.m. noon Pacific, which is usually like an hour after the stream, sometimes like 30 minutes after the stream. I don't know. We've entered a zone of Silent Hill that seems to be particularly dangerous and threatening to me, like not necessarily like super compatible with life, if you know what I mean. So we might end things a little bit early if it gets dark and scary and my temples start hurting because the screen is so black and monsters of meat and flesh with orifices filled with teeth where they don't belong continue to hassle and antagonize me. But we will be watching Look Back, which I'm really excited for. This released rather recently. I've not seen it. Most of the people I know who have seen it and who are creators in some capacity have said it is basically life-changing, and I think I kind of need that right now. So we're gonna watch Look Back. Yes, Freya, that's exactly it. It's not short enough to be anything, but it's too short for me to have bangs, like curtainy bangs, without looking like a child. And it's still a little too short in the back to like be fully pulled back. So it's just like, it's not like, I need it to get to my collarbones. I needed to get to my collarbones before I make a decision on what to do with it. And legitimately, I think these next 4 months will be like the hardest months of my life. If I can make it to April feeling the way I do about the flesh prison that I am bound to, I will be absolutely stunned. Thank you. Well, so here's the thing. The headphones do a lot of heavy lifting. I've got like this inverted triangle situation going on where it's like really flat to my head and then it poofs. And the headphones say, no, 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 why don't we give it some shape? And then we put them on and it pushes the hair forward. And it's an illusion. It's a trick. It's not real. But it works for the stream. And then at stream ends, I take the headphones off and I go, fuck, man. And it's tough. It's rough out here. It's rough out here. I feel like I had something else I needed to say. Continuing Silent Hill, starting 5. Oh, yes. Not that I would ever do this, right? But sometimes you can install things that change a game. Now that's frowned upon, and I neither condone nor encourage it. But in instances where people do that, like hypothetically, if you were to do that, and then that game updates, those things that you have... I won! Ilias, thank you so much for subscribing. Can we get some love and chat for Ilias, please? 6 months! It feels like so much longer. Ilias, it feels like you've been here for like 2 years. Can we also get some love and chat for Ratha, who subscribed for 28 months just a couple minutes ago? Thank you. Thank you. Right, yeah, like in a world where you have installed things that change a game and then the game updates, those things don't work anymore. So in a world where you don't need to blur part of the screen out because you're using a different chat. Now, we don't do this, but in a world where we did, that wouldn't work anymore. So in a world where this was true, the game might be a little different. I'm going to have to ask you guys to be flexible in a world where this happened. But it hasn't happened, so we don't need to worry about it. But if it did... Hey, Dominique, what's going on? It was just there. It was on, yes. I spent almost all of last week. It was 2 straight days and then probably like an extra day of research doing some quality of life upgrades for the stream that I have put off for the last 5 months. So you will find, should you care to exercise the ability to use them, we have a revamped... Hi, Alex. We have revamped Channel Point redemptions. which I hope will amuse and titillate you. And we also have a couple new lines on the soundboard. If there are other things, other rewards that you would want to see as viewers, sound clips, channel things, emote ideas, please put them in sub chat, and I will be working to get more things done. I was very pleased with the progress I made. I'm playing a fun game called Am I Productive or Am I Manic? And I don't really know which one it is yet. So we're just gonna, we'll figure it out as we go along. But I hope that will be fun for you. And we have also, it took a lot of time and a lot of prodding, but I have started a donation goal to upgrade some of the hardware we have that is not cooperative most of the time. So updating our audio interface and the camera situation, so we no longer have software eating 25% of my GPU while Silent Hill and God of War turn into a PowerPoint presentation. We're gonna work. Why not both? And Trots, you might be onto something. Porque no los dos? Why not? So that will be up for the next couple of months. I felt quite selfish and uncool putting it up during the holiday season, but it has become a little untenable. And if there's a way for me to take advantage of like sales or anything, I want to be able to do that. So that's there. Hypothetical mod breaks when a game updates, which don't apply to us. We don't do that. Movie night tomorrow, look back, channel point rewards, and other assorted fun things for the stream that I got done last week. There's something I'm missing. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Anyone's guess is as good as mine. So there's a secret thing. I can't talk about the secret thing yet. Hang on, did I get an email back? My phone's like, we don't recognize your face. I'm like, you should. It hasn't changed. It is, in fact, the same face I've been, much to my dismay. It is, in fact, the same face. Nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the nice, and then we've got an A. Lamau redemption for 69,420 points, which I think is fun. I was trying to... I might need to find a way for these to show up in the chat box, because I did put in approval and disapproval redemptions, and I personally think it would be hilarious if I did something really out of line, like so deeply foul and revolting that the chat box was just filled with like disapprove, 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 like pissing off your companions in Baldur's Gate. And Chad, you like that idea? So I may need to see if that's possible. If it is possible, it may require, I did a lot of research this week into how we could make the stream a little bit more engaging. And ultimately, probably what we're going to have to do is move away from cloud-hosted bots and install something locally. And that seems like the best way to take things up a notch. It was also a little bit more expensive, and my brain has been full of bees. So I did everything I was supposed to do, and then a lot of research. And then I was like, okay, everything else is very labor intensive. We will put a pause and put in. I think it would be cool. There is probably legitimately a way for me to get Stream Elements chat to show the point redemptions. I don't know if there's a way to make Stream Elements trigger something. Like if I wanted to do like an if X then Y. Yes, exactly. Kate, like a chat. Well, hang on. I'm going to look right now. Give me a second. Rewards. It feels like it should be possible, but if there was something I learned while trying to get that goal started, the SE online user interface could be a bit more intuitive and make a little bit more sense. So just settings? No, okay, it says settings, but there actually isn't, there's not really anything in here you can change aside from language and allowing the bot. Okay, so I will probably need to look into that, and that will probably be a locally hosted thing. But I just think that could be really funny, yeah. And I'm nothing if not a fan of humor. So, I think I'm good to take us into the game. I have some errands I need to run after this, and then some upkeep I need to do, and then I need to rewatch rather, the first 3 episodes of Arcane season 2 because I just finished rewatching season 1. Arcane is phenomenal, by the way. If you haven't gotten around to seeing it, it is really, really, really fucking good. You will watch this show and then think to yourself, I should play League of Legends. This show is so neat. I bet League of Legends is fun, and there will be a demon manifesting that thought between your eyes for many a day, and I need you to resist the demon. The demon wants what's bad for you, and I'm saying this because the demon has one hand on each shoulder, and is like, play League of Legends. You can't see. He's here. He's on my body as I say this. Don't listen. It's taking everything I have not to be tempted. I feel this is my personal 40 days in the desert. It's not a good game. Don't play League. Don't let Arcane lead you astray. But oh my God, what if I just played ARAM and rolled 5 dudes as Brand? Like, what if why do I not deserve to feel strength and ruthless triumph? Do I not deserve that for myself? I should be. I don't like the person I am when I play League. So don't be tricked. It's not a good game. Don't play it. You won't like. You might like it. That's worse, actually. If you like League of Legends, that's an indictment. Really, I played bot lane mostly. I was a Quinn main for a really, really long time. And then I got really into Cho'Gath for a while. I'm not a healer in League. y'all can fend for yourself. Oh, I played a lot of Lux. I did mages for a little bit. I'm a really good Jace. Absolutely phenomenal Jace. Abysmal Victor, which is not very yaoi coded for me, but Sion, I was an awful I hated Sion when I played him. I hated him. I did not like Sion. I don't jive well with most tanks. Cho'Gath is an exception. I think that the Dapper Gentleman Cho'Gath skin also does a lot of heavy lifting as far as making that fun. But you've never played, don't ever start. No, it's so much better if you don't. Like, you don't get anything except worse. Yeah, it's even if you win, you've lost because you've played League of Legends. But Arcane's really good. What else am I watching? What else am I reading? Oh fuck. That's what I didn't do this week. Ugh, sorry, book club partner. I could read 350 pages in 3 days. No, it is not possible. I don't think. Well, I have family in town. That's my excuse. Yeah, I'm not lazy and I'm not distracted. I have family in town, so it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Yeah, in like 10 minutes. What? Like, it's hard? Like, do I even need to read the book, or can I just turn the pages until it's closed? And then I did it. Yeah, the book's done. It's like, did I? No, but I finished. No, I will. I am enjoying it, so I will finish it. But on the docket today for Final Fantasy XIV, we are starting patch 5.2, which I'm very excited for. That was my last announcement. There will not be any streams the week of Thanksgiving. Regrettably, and against my will, I am being forced to spend time with family, who love me, and whose company I really enjoy. Even though I want to play video games on the internet with my people, they're like, no, you're gonna travel and we're gonna make food and you will eat it and you will like it. And I said, well, shit. So no streams. 2 weeks from now, that entire week will be blocked off. And I imagine that probably Christmas will get the same treatment. But maybe Christmas is like on a Wednesday. Is Christmas ever on a Wednesday? I don't pay attention to these things, right? I don't look at the calendar. I have a great calendar. I have a Haikyuu calendar, but it doesn't start until 2025. So I haven't been looking at it at all yet. But I'm going to go ahead and take us into the game. I don't think we have any recaps to do. I think I remember most of it. We officially got the confirmation that Brain Zos and Body Zos have been reunited. Is it actually? It's... Well, how about that? Maybe we won't have any stream disruptions at all. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be fancy? Hang on, I'm trying to open this. There we go. Okay, I got my tea. Wow, it's literally... No shit. So the 25th is a Wednesday. 24th is a Tuesday. 23rd is a Monday. That's my birthday. Yay! Maybe we could do like a Sunday birthday stream. That could be kind of fun. That could be kind of cool. I like never get the opportunity to stream on or around my birthday. That could be fun. I say I don't know, but it turns out I actually know a lot. So we'll see how we do with that. But yes, we got the confirmation that Brain Zos and Body Zos are reunited. And we got to play as a Sinian for a little while. And Gaius is not dead. I totally thought he was going to get iced.
This is illegal, you know.
Sunflows, thank you so much for the tip. The message says, the font size for the goal is so small. Is this a font size for ants? Should I make it bigger? do I need to make it larger? Is it too small? I wasn't sure how big it needed to be. So we'll probably have to tinker with like placement and stuff. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't actually expect it to work. I thought somebody might donate and it would still just say nothing. And I was just going to be like, well, I did my best. I certainly tried. Had to squint? Okay, maybe I will try to just like click and drag. Hang on. I think that just made it blurry, but we won't be on this screen for a super long time. So we'll have to see how it looks on the game screen. And then I'll make a mod memo to myself that I need to adjust the size of that later. Hang on. Sun, thank you so much for contributing towards that goal. I appreciate you so deeply. Can we get some love and chat for Sun, please? I give you the love. I give you the heart. Oh, there's a little cat emote called Personal Best, and it looks just like Mochi. That's a good emote. We do have some emotes on deck for us to debut. But my emote artist has been on vacation and now we've got holidays coming up. So I make no promises about getting that stuff situated anytime soon, but know that I'm working on them. And if you have ideas, do let me know. It's meant to be Goose, really? Based off an actual dog that speed ran at the last 2. You're telling me a dog ran this speed? What game can a dog speed run? I've got to know. I need the lore on this dog. It touched a button when Oh my God. Goosery, that is so fucking cute. Holy shit. That's really fun. Oh man. I would love to know what game it was. Yeah, if you can remember, or if anyone in chat happens to know offhand. Thank you, Ilias. This is one of my favorite shirts. This is my Dark Sun Gwendolyn shirt. I was gonna just put a hoodie on because it's kind of cold today. And I was like, it rained. And I was like, no, it'll probably be colder tomorrow, so you should wear the hoodie then. What my brain did not think to add to that as a clarification is that when play scary game, body temperature go up, cozy sweatshirt become deeply uncomfortable, become stifling, become sweltering. So probably no sweatshirt for me tomorrow either. What's that Emmett Selk line? I am stifled by this vessel of fleece. Yeah, that's how it feels, pretty much. But this is a good one. I usually wear it with a necklace. I guess I forgot. That's okay. I've got family in town. It was Ken Presents MLB. It was a sports game? That's really sick. Hang on. No way. Dog speed run. Peanut Butter the dog? Y'all. No way. Look at this good dog. Look at that good dog. So it does not look the same as the emote does. So I do think it is a cat. But I do think it's definitely big. He's so proud of himself. I'd be proud too. That dog's a better gamer than I am. Based dog. His name is Peanut Butter. Fuck. Here's a picture of him touching the button. This legitimately has done more for my mental health than anything else I can think of in the last like 4 or 5 weeks. Peanut Butter the dog. Speedrunning champion. Peanut Butter the dog. It's really good. All right. That's really sick. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take us into the game. Yeah, does wonders. I've finally gotten Mochi to stop biting me, stop pouncing me. Not know what made the small cat agitate. But there were a couple of days last week, he was really grumpy, and I would just be walking down the hallway, and he would just pounce my ankle, bite me. Bite no more. So that's good. Well, for now, right? There's always time for the biting to continue until morale improves. Hey, Arya, what's up? I was just about to take us into Final Fantasy. Okay, let me see. Are we ready to go? Oh. There's an ominous wall in Limbs. Hang on. Oh, there's a bunny that hangs out in Limsa, and they have updated their glamour, and they look amazing. I hate that I have names turned off because I think they clutter the screen when I stream. But I can look at this bunny and be like, oh, I know that bunny's name, and I'm always right. Yep, sure enough. This bunny looks great. What's this bunny wearing? Wintertide Blouson? I want it. We want it. This is going to be my Gollum moment. What pants you got on? I don't think I can wear those. Those seem really high. Wow, bunny looks great. I also need to be a good-looking bunny. Okay, I'm going to take us into the game. Hang on. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, there's a really ominous wall of people doing the new, like, shaking emote. The bartending one. Oh. Oh, man. The mixer just broke. You're kidding me. Okay. Hang on. Because I can't... I was like, I must have the game muted. And that must be why we can't hear anything. No. So, give me a second to reset that somehow. Please. Please work? I'm just going to force quit it. Yeah. We're just going to end task on it. and see if that brings it back. You know what? There's never a dull moment. We win. Microphone muted? Or game muted? Hopefully it just works. And I think we are set. Right, we need to pick up our next quest, I think, from Tataru or Cryo. Yes. Okay, so that's gonna pop up a lot today. I didn't want to bring the screen blur back, so we're just gonna kind of have to deal with that as it happens. This is the bunny I was talking about. I always see them. They always look good. I think I've kind of started like cataloging their fits. I might start downloading a pizza because they look so nice all the time. I hear you, but no, you should definitely be hearing the game. What about now? Huh? Huh? Great. Okay, so mixer reset successfully. Stream Deck now potentially broken. That's the winter clothes that are going for like 16 million gear. How are people making this? Like, where would it, like, do you need to craft it? Or do you get it from like a map or something? Because I know they just released a new hairstyle, but you can only get that from a map, I think. You need to be level 100, man. If you're level 100, what do you need money for? You've got all the money. Wait, so you need like a full party of 8 players? That's Raubon! I'm so excited to see my guy. I saw a player in game a couple of weeks ago. I say a couple weeks ago, it must have been this week, or I would have told this story when we last streamed Final Fantasy, right? Their title was Raubon's left arm, and their name was Royal Stump, and I was just like, man, that's kind of cold, actually. What are you doing my guy like that for? It's just recommended. I mean, the maps seem kind of precarious, so probably the more people, the better. Kryl, I hope this is voiced. It's not. That's okay. It's a pleasant surprise to see. You did, in fact, tell me to come back when I was done resting, or like when you had need of me. So I feel like it can't be that surprising to see me, but yeah, okay, Kryl, whatever. If you've come to inquire after the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporeal ether. That's really good. And I believe we have done all of the post-MSQ dungeons that have been currently available to us. I have not replayed the Crystal Tower series. I'm going to do that this week. And I have not progressed, like, the big raid, the non-near raid. I have not started that quest line. I kind of want to stream it, but I don't want to have to read all that stuff. It's tough. There's no winning. There's no winning in an MMO. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If only we could go with you to the first. It is better that you don't do that, baby girl. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. Who is it? I was like, is it a stint? It's not a stint. Who is this? Well, they know me, but I don't know them. Did we meet this person like 3 expansions ago? And are they becoming... Well, John, I'm a healer, so the cues for me are always rapid fire, baby. I feel... Hang on. So he's Garlean. But where would we have met him? It's been far too long, my friend. We just nod. We don't even say anything. I don't believe we have been formally introduced. Okay, this must be the games way of giving me a little refresher on this man's identity. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the... Oh, hang on. I just thought about something. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Aldin, offering what counsel I can in the hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Okay, I think I remember this guy. I think he was in Stormblood, and when things started getting really wacky, he was like, hey, I don't know how I feel about this. And then I think he came over and helped our side. Yeah. But thinking of Garlemald made me think of Xenos. You know, we're always kind of 6 degrees of separation away from thinking about Xenos in the first place, but so be it. Not only are Brainzos and Bodyzos reunited into one, but he was talking to some guy. He was talking to some dude, and I thought that it was Litibus at first, but then, because the robe seemed white, but it was different than Ascian style robe, and they were like, oh, I'm a dog, and I'm here to serve you. Woof woof, arf arf. You love to hunt. I'm hunting dogs. Give me orders, send me after people. I bet I know what you want. And Xenos is like, I have talked about what I want. I only want one thing. I want that rabbit. I've been talking and thinking about that rabbit for the last several months. I'm very open about wanting the rabbit. And the guy, the creature went, no. I bet you should hunt Zodiark. And that's where the cutscene ended. So, that's what this Garlean just made me think of. Xenos wants one. Honestly, as an antagonist, I think Xenos is really compelling. I think every villain of every expansion has had something new, something different. It's not all of the same, right? You know, with Gaius initially introduced as an antagonist, it was nationalism. He is an agent of the Garlean Empire. He is doing this because he's a conqueror and he's strong, and stop me then. And then we did, and he went, well, fuck. And then he disappeared for a while. And then obviously in Heavensward, we had the religious aspect of that sort of fanaticism and the kind of control that a religious power could seek to, what's the word I was looking for? Wield. And what goes along with that. Also, how narratives can be changed through, to affect a certain outcome. How history can be rewritten and concealed. And Stormblood, I really like because, you know, when Garlemald becomes yet again the focus of villainy, you're like, okay, here we go again. It's I love Garlean stuff. I'm strong. We have a military, blah, blah, blah. Xenos outright tells you, he's like, I don't fucking care. I don't care about Doma. I don't care about Alamigo. I don't care about Garlemald. I only care about whatever weird, fucked up dynamic we've got. You gave me a boner and I'll never forget it. And I just think that's really sick from a villain to have absolutely no ties to anything, but just the thrill of meeting an equal and to live in pursuit of that as opposed to any kind of loyalty to a country or a faith. I think it's sick. I think it's really nice. So anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk about Xena. I've heard stories of a defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have urgent news. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Gimlet Dark. That's right, because he iced his dad. Yeah, so, and I really don't think Xenos is interested in taking the throne. So, what's happening to Garlemald now? With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance is withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep watch over the border. It is there we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor, who claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Well, Estinian told me all about the threat. It is foreseen. I have got
This
to know.
is illegal, you know.
Alex, thank you so much for doing. Alex personally fucking despises the tech that we're working with. Alex wants to free himself from the shackles of hearing me complain about it. Thank you. Thank you so much for that donation. Can we get some love in chat for Al Austin, please? I love the approval. The approval redemption is sick. I've got to, mod memo to me, I need to find a way to make that show up in chat. Because I think that's really, really funny. The approval is directed toward, I figured, oh, I can tell. I can interpret subtext. Yeah, not to worry. I can read something and then intuit whether or not I'm the intended recipient or like the audience that is meant for. I got you. It broke the goal though. Let me just dip into stream elements and see if I can fix that real fast. Maybe we just take the word stream out. And then, yeah, what is it like being able to read, knowing that the latest numbers released on the subject indicate that 40% of American adults read at a 6th grade level or below? Not great. Not great, y'all. I'll be honest with you. Commander Alden has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear to whom he wished I extend this, and we get to see Ralpon again. I love Ralpon. I love giving you extra yeah, part of the reward is me having to fix this in real time. I think, okay, hang on. I'm pretty sure if I go into stream elements and if I take out the exclamation mark, maybe that will be enough. Alternatively, I might just have to take out the word stream. That's not right. I went through many different drafts of this goal and didn't bother to name them. So I just have copy of, blah, blah, blah. Copy of, blah, blah, blah. And there's like 4 of them because I don't think and I don't use my brain. Oh, hang on. What if I want? Ha ha! Yay! Temporarily, I have fixed it. That is a win. I'm not usually able to troubleshoot live on camera and have it go my way. I have no idea. I think it's centered. But suffice it to say, Stream Elements does not... It's not particularly user-friendly, and if I want to edit this any further, I need to get into the style sheet for it. And I had to do that a little bit already a few days ago. And it wouldn't be difficult, but it's still just like, man, I gotta fuck around with CSS. It will break again, but I've got time. I can figure that out in a couple of hours. So, for now, it's good enough. It would seem time is of the essence. She's so cute. I saw the prettiest Lalafell and Limsa this morning. They were so pretty. They were wearing like the Republican gear, the Greek set that you can get from PvP, and they had really long hair. They looked so good. Entrot's not happening. Extremely wishful thinking. You're cute though. You'll not be attending this meeting alone. I am not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades. I see no reason to burden a single scion with all this. Well, they kind of be burdening me with all this for many a time. This is, you know, several expansions now. We must make for the Alamegan quarter with all haste. All right. So, who is this unexpected visitor? Oh, I hope it's not Lise. If it were, I feel like he just would have, spoken of her by name. So we're gonna go to the Alamegan quarter in the locks. Okay. Sorry, I didn't expect that. The Goobu mount. It spawned in and it actually kind of startled me for a second. Okay. Who are we waiting for? Much has changed since the first time we set foot in this city. Now we strive to preserve their freedom rather than reclaim it. But we've no time to reminisce. We mustn't keep the commander waiting. Okay. Well, this is definitely going to be voiced, I feel. I hope so. Oh! I did not think we would see him again so soon.
They're here, Commander.
I thought Estinian said they split up, and then Gaius, like, fucked off. He went somewhere else.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark.
You could say that.
Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I struggled to describe what I pictured.
Yep, you join the club, Raubon. That's how it's gonna go.
Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's the blue-haired baddie in the background? Yo, wait a minute. Who is she? Who's this? Haha, that's you. Wait, more wishful thinking. Yo, she's cute. Who is she?
I trust you two require no introduction.
Ah, no. I hope he calls me adventurer and spits it out like a slur, though. Because that's what he used to refer to me as.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
Oh, I'm hero now. I'm not adventurer. Like, there was dripping with malice. Vitriol and hateful intent. We're not happy to see him.
Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Ah, you come to warn me of Xenos? Well, our Gunner friend was faster than you, so I already know about this. Not every time. Just, you know, when it's an attractive lady, which is, like, most of the time. Not all, but, like, overwhelmingly, from a mathematical perspective, the parabola does approach 100%. Not all the time, but it is a dangerous curvature. yeah, Estinian. I like to think this is the Warrior Flight's inner monologue. Just thinking about this.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows and brought more than 2 companions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Raubon, I think you could take him solo.
We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
Also, okay. How many masks does he have on his belt? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's killed 5 Ascians. He's killed more Ascians than we have. How's he doing this? He is locked in. Hi, Dominique. We're doing good. How are you? My bunny looks so weird stanced up. You're not serious.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
Sir Estinian. I haven't heard that before. Wearing a bunny bite. Oh, God. Literally, like, Rabana's is like, his mouth is moving, and you see, like, the POV shift a little bit, and the bunny's just like, who the fuck is that?
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos'
Yes,
hand.
Gaius. Estinian already told me all of this. Yeah, well, the bunny is definitely caster, which is creating problems because he's having a little bit of an existential crisis after the fight with Emmett Selk, and I don't think he wants to be a hero anymore. Certainly, I don't think he thinks he's capable of healing, but I want to heal, so Bunny's locked into healing until Endwalker, and then I think we might switch to Reaper. But we'll see. Also, this is fun. The latest patch that just dropped, small indie company Square Enix. It's taken them, 5 expansions to actually implement this. But now the game loads on the title screen of the expansion you're currently playing. And I booted up the game a couple of days ago to the Shadowbringers start screen for the first time. And at first, it scared me. And then it actually made me, really emotional. It was super, super cool. So I'm really glad that we're playing Shadowbringers and seeing this now, even if it's just for post.
Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape.
Yes, we played this. It was sick as hell.
When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight. But to me, his description seemed anything but. And upon further investigation, I found that I was right.
That's right. That's right. As Estinian, we fought a prototype of the ultimate weapon with some dude definitely grafted onto its back. It did. This one, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting the jaunty little Dawn Trail jingle, and instead I got intense chorus. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? It startled me.
The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
See, when we fought Ultima Prototype, I was like, oh, that's the prototype for the original Ultima weapon. They just have it in storage or something. Oh, they're making a new one. It's a prototype for another one. Now, I've cleared Uwu, so I'm not really afraid of this either, Gaius, but it's not good.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
She slips that in there. She's not gonna let him forget. She knows who he is.
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing.
Wait, hang on. Is the blue-haired baddie a dragoon? Because the weapon that she has looks an awful lot like a lancer's arm. It's a good game.
But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
I know better how that tale ended.
The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets. And that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Interesting. So they're making a new one.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Yeah, John, I was under the mistaken impression that the Garleans had built Ultima, constructed it. They found it, probably with help from La Habrea, La Habrea is the type of person who would be like, you should play League of Legends. Yeah, do you remember when I was talking about the devil that's like, you should play League of Legends? The La Habrea analog, very close. So I guess they are recreating it. It's not like they're using plans they already had. They found it, it was destroyed, and they're building it anew from the ground up.
Indeed. Few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandarnus, and its leadership has changed hands several times since.
Does Vandarnus have any relationship to Nail Deus Darnus? Yeah, I can see Yasuo. I can actually. I can see him as like a magey assassin as well. Fuck, and before he's just a Viego main. Piece of shit, what a terrible guy. Or Kane or something like that. I thought it was nailed Deus Darnus. But that's also just the version of her we encounter in Coils. So maybe her actual name was Van Darnus?
Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery.
Sometimes the middle bit changes. Ah, okay. Okay. That's the Imperial title. Okay. Similarly to how, like, Emmett Selk would be, like, an Ascian title, but not an actual name. Okay. Thank you.
What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea.
That's not great. That makes sense, because we've got, like, Nero Tolskeva, Nail, Deus/Van Darnus. I forget if Sid has one. Xenos, yay, Galvin. That's cool! That's sick, actually. So they've got multiple prototypes. I'm pretty skilled. You know, Estinian could kill a prototype. I could kill the real thing. I've killed the real thing in a worse way. I think we've got this.
We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress. So we resolved instead to bring you warning.
Okay.
And right glad are we that you did. Though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
I don't think there can be an easing of tensions, unfortunately.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope.
Do I get a dungeon for this?
Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them, but the fact remains that you and you alone have faced the Ultima weapon and emerged victorious. We need you.
I can do this. This is easy,
And so,
baby.
when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
Wait, I think we're straight up gonna get a dungeon
The
out of this.
Ascian's downfall
Like, right away.
was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I actually quite like Gaius's character and how he's been introduced. I thought they would kill him almost immediately. I thought for sure he was toast when he lunged at Xenos. So I kind of hope maybe he sticks around a little bit more. Although I feel like narratively, probably he's gonna eat shit at Ultima. I think that probably makes the most sense for the kinds of stories Square Enix wants to tell. But it would be cool if he didn't. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? I do. I think she's a
I too shall
Lancer.
make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
I feel like you don't have the skills to offer here, Maxima. I would like very much if you would just kind of like go home and be safe.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
They wouldn't do that, would they? Because if I have to choose, I'm probably gonna go back to the first. Okay. Cat sitting. My friend, she's a girl in my life. Give a picture. Show Kibby. Show Kibby. Also, this is probably the best place to take our break. I'm gonna check on my own Kibby and get some chapstick. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes to resume 5.2, so please enjoy the music. We're back. I went and touched Mochi. I almost sat on him. I was looking for him, and there was the blanket was all like lumped up on the couch, and I almost just like sat, and then I was like, wait, I should verify this lump is exclusively fabric and not my cat's soft, squishy body, and I threw the blanket back, and what was there but an angry cat that I had disturbed his warm and cozy nest. Found him, got him, touched him. He went back to sleep immediately. All transgressions forgotten. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the First. I feel like we're gonna get a dungeon out of this. The way home. Kyle can see the resolve in your eyes and suspects she knows where duty calls you. God, we're just going back. I thought for sure, like, we would at least go to a debriefing and then, like, maybe do a little fight and then go home. But we're going home immediately. I don't know if that's super prudent. That makes me think that this is going to be a bigger threat later on because we're not dealing with it now. And I would ask that you apprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal ether stable. Safe travels. I hope to see you and the other Scions soon. Oh, what's this? This is a dungeon, isn't it? Isn't this a dungeon? I bet this is the dungeon we wanted! They made it blue! Glad you could make it. As you may have heard, Commander Eldon has given orders to embark from Alliance headquarters to hold back the advance of the Empire's latest menace. Not that the soldiers stationed there are too chuffed about being on the front line against these new weapons. If they're designed to slay primals, they'd make short work of us mere mortals as well. It's Gaius Balsar and his followers who have led the charge so far. By all accounts, they've been giving as good as they get. Gaius. Wow. We stand a verse. Unfortunately, yeah, lit a hot. Hi, Artemis. What's going on? Entros redeems disapproval. I like this. Yeah, I need to find a way to get this to show up in chat because I think it's hilarious. I dare say they'd benefit greatly from your presence on the battlefield. If you're ready, my colleague at Porta Praetoria will show you the way. Well now, hang on just a minute. That is a huge bird I am on. It's like disorientingly huge. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna have us zoom over here for a second. Just to see what's going on. We don't necessarily have to do the dungeon straight away, but I do want to get the ability to do it, so. Because I feel like, progression-wise, probably we'll just talk to this person and then unlock it immediately. The white aisle. Me shopping for food in the grocery store. I guess maybe we should have just teleported over here. It seemed a lot. I thought it would be closer on the map. On your way to headquarters, I take it. Yes! Oh! Baby girl has a name now! Her name is Severa. We weren't sure if you'd ever show up. I, for one, am glad you decided to throw in your lot with us. Hi. Oh my god, you're so cute. Gaia says you're our best hope of defeating that abomination. We've seen only a glimpse of its true power, and even that was more than enough for us. Wow. What's your name, girl? What's your sign? Can I just, like... Yeah! She's cute! Hi. Hiya, Darius. How you doing? Your mind is set. Then I shall apprise you of the situation. We've discovered that the previously abandoned Ultima Weapon project is being helmed by the reformed 7th Legion. They have already succeeded in producing several prototypes, one of which is set to be deployed on the Eorzean front. Its name, the Ruby Weapon. Now that's kind of a downgrade. Ultima has a really cool and memorable name. Ruby Weapon? Not as shiny. Sever and I were able to get within striking distance during one of its test runs and made an attempt to destroy it. An attempt that ended in failure. Based on our knowledge of the original Ultima Weapon, the explosives we employed should have been sufficient to blast through its armor plating, but they barely left a mark. We suspect the gifts of its predecessor may have proven the source of its resilience. As you well know, the Ultima Weapon was designed to absorb ether from icons, and the Ruby Weapon no doubt shares that ability. If any were summoned during the uprisings in Garlemald's occupied territories, and thereafter consumed, our enemy would become all the more formidable. Is it being called the Ruby Weapon because, the Ruby Kojin summoned... Oh, what's his name? Lord of the Revel. He's happy. He's cool. He's such a nice dude. He loves to fight. He thinks it's so much fun. He's so good-natured. What's his name? Susano. Susano. Did this... Is it called the Ruby Weapon because it sucked in Susano? Its near impenetrable armor was only the beginning of our troubles. It fought back with whip-like claws that can be extended and contracted at will? In the face of such opposition, we were forced to withdraw. Gaius was injured, shielding me from the Ruby Weapon's assault. Hey, Lamau! What's up, Helen? How you doing? Also, this is a no backseating, no spoilers. First time playthrough of Shadowbringers post MSQ. Even if I'm wrong, I don't want to be told that I'm wrong. Let me plot, let me scheme. Doing cool, excited to watch the stream. Bird Magazine, named Best... Bird Magazine? Bird Magazine sounds biased. Bird Magazine doesn't sound like it might be telling the whole picture. However, bias doesn't necessarily indicate incorrectness. So I'll take it. They can be biased and right, actually. Maybe, sometimes. Even Gaius was shielding me from the Ruby Weapon's assault. Even now he struggles to stand. If I hadn't been so careless, this wouldn't have happened. You're cute. I am the one who initiated the Ultima Weapon project. If I must give my life to bury this shameful legacy, then so be. Oh yeah, he's toast. If you were to face it as you are now, you'd be cut down before you even hobbled within firing distance! In any case, we can't afford to lose the information in your head on both the foe we face and the Empire itself. We all know that asking for your assistance presents our best chance of stopping that war machine. 'Tis true that if anyone were capable of putting down such a monstrosity, it would be him. I have no right to ask this of you. Will you lend us your strength? Yeah. Yeah, I will. You know I will. I think the Ultima Weapon is personal for me. It's not for Eorzea. I want to fuck the Ultima. Not like that! Fuck up the Ultima Weapon. Very important distinction. No, listen. Listen. I don't know why I started doing this, but sometimes in a combat shut up, listen. Sometimes in a combat situation, instead of saying, do you want to fuck up this guy? I'll just say, do you want to fuck that guy? And when I'm playing PvP, it ends up, you know, it's just like, you want to fuck that ninja? And it's like, yeah, let's fuck that ninja. And we go fuck the ninja. But it's not like that. It's meant, it's rallying for slaughter. Slaughter. It's not. Although, like, the ultimate weapon would not be my strangest wood, but that's not how I meant it in that situation. So, yeah, we're gonna fuck the ultimate weapon. Fuck up the ultimate weapon. Yeah. That's right. Like, it usually ends up being like a machinist or a samurai. Or every now and then there's just like a wayward healer who's really lost. And it's just like, oh, fuck that scholar. And it's like, yeah, I want to fuck that scholar. Samurai, it's a toss-up though, because it's like, have they mispositioned and are they stupid and bad? Or are they galaxy-brained? Do they want you to think they are stupid and bad, so you touch them and then they push the you die immediately button? It's not always very clear, so... No! Chilliams! Hi. Welcome in, Chilliams. How are you doing? God. Don't know which direction they'll be. I mean, sometimes we do want, you know, we don't want to close any doors prematurely. Right, Helen? Helen, how are you? How's work today? You have my thanks as well, though I must impress upon you the urgency of our situation. We have received word that the Empire is preparing to advance on the Gimlet Dark. That is where we will intercept them. If our fears are proven correct, the ruby weapon will be among their hosts. Should it break through our lines, there is no telling the devastation it will wreak. Make no mistake, the very survival of Eorzea hangs... What else is new? The survival of Eorzea hangs in the balance, rests on my very narrow bun shoulders. Like, this doesn't even surprise... I just sort of expect it. Someone's like, hey, I need you to take this bottle of ale into the next town, and my brain is already like, the future of Eorzea depends on my fetch quest. I just sort of assume. Once you've steeled yourself for the battle ahead, your escort will lead the way. That man has a giant fork strapped to his back. Did you see the fork? What price must the world pay for my hubris? It's snacks. They must be pretty big snacks. The future of Eorzea... What the fuck? Oh, it's hideous! Commencing ruby weapon activation sequence. All units stand by. Would not. Initiating synthetic orosite system. Fusion successful. No signs of incompatibility. Wait, is there like a person in there? Is this an Ava? Gutsy female voice. Ruby weapon, codename Darnus. Ready for launch. I think it's an Ava. I think she's piloting it. I think she's inside. Yeah, 17 cups of coffee. I have to know who was in the schematics room. Like, yeah, it's gotta have the ability to absorb X amount of ether and then rechannel it into a focused laser beam that can melt steel and turn biological matter to ash. And then some dude in the corner is like, also it has to have a mouthful of teeth, guys. This is really important. They're like, does it bite stuff? Does it chew stuff? Are the teeth a weapon? He's like, no, it just has to have teeth. Like, I just feel like the design's aesthetically not complete unless we give it teeth. I think it's really important. And all the other guys are like, all right, so that's your barely disguised fetish, weird engineer in the corner. But then they went ahead and did it, so. And that's where the teeth come. Valdalen has briefed me on our mission. I'm to take you as far as our expected point of contact. Once we arrive, the rest is up to you. Cinder Drift? Oh. Okay. Folks who know Shadowbringers, is it better to do this dungeon now or later? Does it matter when the dungeon is done, is completed? Because I'm about to head back to the first, which probably means that first stuff is gonna happen. But we just started stream, so I'm not super sure if I'm like feeling a dungeon straight away. I don't know. It's not a dungeon. It's a whole side. Okay. So this must be Shadowbringers' version of the Four Lords. If this is the trial series. Okay. I'm gonna follow that up with a general chat poll. Is this something I can do off stream? Or do you guys want to see me do this? Because I felt like Warring Triad and Four Lords didn't need to be broadcast. Like, I'll do it. I do everything. You guys have seen my map. There are no yellow quests uncompleted. It's just a matter of whether or not it's worth streaming. I feel like maybe we don't have to, but I'll let you guys chew on that. Not sure if it's stream worthy. I've been itching for a good trial, I'll be honest. I did Titania Extreme last week, but I've not done the Dying Gasp Extreme yet. I need to. I want it. Or Innocence. I haven't done Innocence. I forgot about that too. Yeah, I think we should prioritize MSQ. But we'll see how we feel. Let's see. I want to wear the purple gear. You know, we want to look good when we go talk to our cat. I still can't believe Emmett Selk just like yoinked him. He was like, this is my cat now. It's like, didn't he? It's like, why? He's like, he knows stuff. I want to know what he knows. And it's like, but you guys had been chatting for a long time, it seemed like. You couldn't have like gotten what you knew from him first. I feel like Emmett Selk did that just to piss me off. Took my cat not even for any practical purpose, just to make me mad. Yeah. Take me to the oracular. It's, oh my god, it's just the two of us. Oh my god, it's just the two of us. I feel like we haven't seen him stand with his hand on his hip before. I feel like he's usually got his hand on his staff. Thought the storyline was quite touching, but there's a decent time investment. I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm sorry. Oh, he's looking at us! Oh my god. Oh my god, he follows me around. La la la. He wants us so bad. Hi, buddy. You've come at a most opportune time. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and a means to return the Scions home. I trust you two have been making good use of your time. I talked to Estinian for a little while, and then Cryo was like, do you want to stay and help? And he said no, and he left. And then I chatted with Gaius Van Baelsar for a while, and that was a little bit tense. Now I'm here. Ill tidings from the source, you say. I will summon the others that we might all be apprised of such. Man, I was kind of hoping we could have some alone time. For no particular reason. I was just hoping. Alize. Man, and Thancred and Reen must still be doing, like, raid stuff.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Bad news, Catboy. Tidings of great ill, which shall be to all people.
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
He seems genuinely dedicated to the cause. He's super gonna die for it, I feel, but...
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern.
Obsessed with her.
With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
Do we know who's next in line for the throne? Because Xenos doesn't see... I don't think Xenos fucking gives a shit about it. I don't think he's gonna stick around, so...
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Right.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion.
That's really good. I don't know what it was, but Urianger, like, turning his face and the camera zooming out, he looked really good right there. He looked really good right there.
Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Really?
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one.
Okay.
An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
Okay.
However...
I was gonna say, this sounds too good to be true.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
I don't know what that means. This better not hurt my Catboy.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
He better not have to put his blood in there.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel.
You know, I'm not really about you bleeding, I have to be honest. You were shot, and that caused me distress. So I think probably, you know, you should keep your blood inside your body. Yeah, it's in there because you need it, so we'll just keep looking.
I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
I am also hoping that when I replay the Crystal Tower series this week, some of the Allegan stuff may clarify for me.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past.
Wait, didn't Emmett Selk do the Allegans too? Didn't he make a comment about that? Wasn't he like, I did that. That's how I know you don't belong here. I did that.
But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
Okay.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found.
You don't even need to reaffirm.
Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
No, not whatever it takes. You know, within reason, you will see us safely home. None of this like, oh, I'm gonna put a bunch of my blood in these crystals for you. Or like, I'm gonna kill myself so you can go home. I'm like, I'm just gonna die and then you can leave. No, none of that. None of that, I think.
My apologies.
Ah! Rabbit guard.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness.
With me.
But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Yeah, Alize isn't here to punch him, so we shouldn't have smiled. We should have like... We
Why
should
not
have frowned.
speaking here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Ooh, Lina's keeping secrets.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lina.
Alfie is so funny. Someone comes in and is like, I need to speak to that rabbit. Not here though. Rabbit, find me when you're done. And so it's like, the implication is that it's meant to be private, and Alfie Node's like, can I come? Can I come with you? And we say yes, because what the fuck do we know? I swear to God, sometimes it feels like the Warrior of Light and Alfie Node is just that one meme where it's like, it's always two bitches saying exactly. I get, ooh, what do I want? I think I want money. Yeah. I think my inventory is too full for food, so we'll take money. It may simply be my imagination, but Lina has been rather brusque with me of late. You don't suppose she's still upset over that mishap with the salmon fillet? Explain. Did you try to cook her dinner and fuck it up? It's not full. I bought a bunch of stuff from the PvP area. And then I went, well, fuck, I'll put that in my glamour dresser. And then my glamour dresser was full. So I just need, like, I need to set aside 2 hours to go through everything in my glamour dresser and get rid of a bunch of shit. And then the inventory will be clean and free again. It's not an inventory problem, it's a glamour dresser problem. Maybe an armory chest problem. I've been incentivized with money. Whenever I clear out my inventory, my friends give me gil, and it works. Never have I seen such a repository of knowledge, a stark reminder of what little we truly know of the world. Upon White Auracite's crystalline foundation, we have built not a prison, but a refuge for the soul. Would that Moonbrita were here to see the wonders inspired by her research. To think we will not only have Xenos to contend with once we return, but a new ultimate weapon as well. Why must all of our enemies insist on returning from their graves? He's coming back. Emmett Suck's coming back. He has to come back. He was too good to die. He has to come back. I'm sorry, Kat, hang on. They added a new feature. You can combine sets into a single glamour dresser item that only takes one what? How do I use this feature? Glamour dresser sets? FFXIV. News? That's not what I want. Yeah. Was this in patch notes? How did you find this? And it only takes, wait, a set. You need the entire set. Oh. Okay, hang on. I'm pulling up patch notes. I need to know this because this might actually be like kind of life-changing. An outfit glamour condenses a set combination of items into a single slot and stores it in the glamour dresser. Items condensed in this manner can still be added to glamour plates individually and used to glamour equipment. As of patch 7.1, this feature works primarily with level 1 items. But still! That's awesome. Okay, well, I'm gonna need to dig into that this weekend for sure. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it would be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Man, you know he's been inside too long when even Alfie Note is like, listen, I like to read and all, but can I go outside? PvP items are all level 1. Most of the things you can craft are all level 1. I think at that point the only thing excluded is like stuff that you get from dungeons. And not all of it is worth keeping, so... Yeah, no, Kat, life-changing. Kat, you're awesome. Thank you. You're sick, you're nice. God, that would condense everything. That takes it from like 5 slots to 1. Like I've got like the full Thabnarian set, all the PvP stuff, any of the virtue gear. That moment, this is a big one. All right, let's talk to Lina. Oh my God. She's so big compared to Alfie. No, she's big compared to... Can we kids? Suggest we hurry. Lina does not strike me as one who enjoys being made to it. I skim the patch notes, and then I usually end up hearing about the ones that are really good and really bad. So like this is really good. I like that. That's a good change. Some emotes now you can do while sitting down, which is cool. I like that. The title screen and trailer playing for the expansion you're currently locked in with. I think that's sick. But they didn't. I've heard some real negative feedback about some of the goon changes they've made this patch. So hopefully it's not as bad as it seems. I have little time, so I'll be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I asked for your assistance. There shouldn't be any more of these, right? Yeah. I had heard some few yet remained after the night had returned. Perhaps we should call the others? That will not be necessary. It's just one, a simple task for our guard. I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Why not Alfino? No, it's always me. Let us make for Fort Job. All right. I wish I could have her hair, but I think it's locked to Fembiera. I need to go through and read whatever they did to PvP, because PvP feels worse than it did a couple of weeks ago. I don't know whether they just decided every class gets a bind, or if I've just had some really unlucky combinations. But it feels like I spend most of my time in PvP now just unable to move, and I don't really like that, I'll be honest. The Sin Eaters that remain no longer have leader to guide them, but they are no less dangerous. They cannot be suffered to live. Yeah! Gather the others? You gather, girl! You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. As at death's door that day after the Senators attacked, if you and yours hadn't come along, I'd have likely stepped through and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I don't remember these folks, but I'm glad that we helped. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a Senator before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, of holding a blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think the Ulmoran soldiers we once locked blades with are now on our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in the land. We seem to be missing one. An elderly Wait! Didn't we all I feel like we had a cutscene at the end of 5.1 that had Ardbert in it. I saw his little facial hair and I thought of Ardbert. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that we did. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clearmelt. It took longer than I anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. It might, and that's okay. The name's Veiler? Themler? I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. That makes him sound like a fucked up non-binary onceler. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to him. Don't give up, don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the Knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with the glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. We can't name characters Veiler anymore because of They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up, we won't give in. That's very nice and all, but can we go kill this Sin Eater? Your heroism has inspired all our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let's not keep them. We'll let you instead. I feel like roulette for mounts unfairly unfairly defaults to this stupid little ship. I see this thing non-stop. All the time, I feel like I get this goofy little aircraft. Thanks, Heavensward. I feel like this is Heavensward raid related. Oh, I didn't even need to be here. They already killed it. Wait, you can set Mount Roulette to only do favorites? I thought that roulette was everything and it was random, and that's what made it. Are you fucking with me? Are you? No, you're fucking with me. Yeah, see, it's just a mount at random. Well, personally, I think that if they're going to include that as an option, they should probably make it a little bit more obvious that that is a thing you can do. Set Mount Roulette to select from favorites. Well, well, well. What do you know? It's right there, but it's not there because it's at the very like it's not even in a big font or anything. This is, you know, this is a UX failure. This isn't my fault. It's never my fault. It's the game. It's the game. It was the first thing I saw. Why are you always looking down? Like, yeah. Why your gaze like facing the floor? I did, yeah, because I have to go through and pick mount favorites because I don't think I've ever done that. So there's no point enabling it. If I hadn't seen him with my own eyes, I'd have sworn it was you who killed that Sin Eater. Oh, so somebody else got it.
Did you slay this Eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
Man, I'm sorry, but the crisp delivery on "did you slay this Eater" really fucked.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
Wait, what?
By himself. Certainly does no Light Warden, but nevertheless.
Well, who? I know all the capable fighters on this shard.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?
Yeah, he is though!
And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
So it's Ardbert. Axe.
A warrior of light?
So yeah, that's terminology that Ardbert would have associated himself with originally, and certainly what we would have known on the first.
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, they them were.
I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the Warrior of Darkness.
Hey? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
I was like, why is this big man so surprised? He didn't know who we were. That's why. Well, if Ardbert's just running around, doesn't he want to say hi or something? Or maybe he's like writing his own story.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I think the Crystarium Glamour set is also all level 1. This would free up so many slots. Also, I should probably just get rid of stuff if it's like level 70 or below.
I apologize for the
not
wasted
that great.
journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the flood.
Don't worry, we'll talk some sense. We'll figure out what he's doing. We'll talk some sense into him.
The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world.
Sorry, that like puzzled expression on my face was me hearing like a strange clattering sound in real time and trying to figure out if it was worth my intervention. And then I was taking a sip, and for whatever reason, the cap sort of like came off my thermos, and now I've got tea on my desk. So hang on. This is why we keep anywhere from like 2 to 4 paper towels on the desk at all times. Anticipating mishaps. Alright, so Ardbert, I thought you fucked off into the ether or the life stream or whatever it is people go when they die. And instead you're here and you're not talking to me, but you're doing my job. Like, can we reconvene?
Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there.
Like, I know he's
thank
not
you
mad
for
at me.
accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Yeah, let's make a proposal. So good. Entrox, it's one of the best.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
Oh yeah, are you mad at the Exarch because he made some particularly yucky salmon?
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
That's right. Alfie, note, I knew you weren't welcome here.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch.
I know, Alfie, note, like, why can't I stay? I'm cool, I'm fine. No, he's actually matured a lot. His character arc has been really satisfying to watch. It's been a slow payoff, but it's been really good.
Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
I'm sorry, why else would you attempt to open a letter with a salmon fillet? If your mind were not deteriorating?
Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true.
Oh, he wants to live now?
It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was.
What do you mean? Hey.
He seems a different man. A younger man.
Well, we won. He accomplished what he wanted to do.
I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy.
I feel... Lina, throughout this entire conversation, I feel like is just one of those memes of like the eyebrow raised emote and then like the transparent pride flag over it. She's like, what are you guys doing?
It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there.
Oh yeah, she's not moving in on our Catboy. She's saying she knows what's going on between me and the Catboy, and like we'd better take care of it.
Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past. Remind him of all the pain that came
I think
before.
that's silly. That's a silly thing to say and a silly thing to think. You're a silly rabbit. You're a silly bunny. Like, yeah, this is real bun-to-bun communication hours. You're being goofy. Ooh. We're gonna go with the second one. Yeah, because it's true. He's voiced that, like, he can sense something's amiss, but he doesn't really know why. So we're gonna go with option 2.
Are you sure?
The man attempted to open a letter with a piece of fish, Lina. Like, he... Please.
Then perhaps we might remain as we were. as we have always been.
Ah, she's cute.
What a relief.
She's adorable!
In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
I really like the friendship between them. I think it's really sweet. And Catboy definitely does not respect his own limits, so... Literally, Entrods. Like... God, literally. Face all the buns in the game. They're good buns, friend. They're good buns. I forget that my current minion is just Mini Grah. So funny to see him down there. Wait, hang on. Yo, pose! I'm sorry, this would actually be like a really sick glamour screenshot. Hey, this kind of fucks. I'm sorry, hang on. I didn't think, no, don't look at the why? Every time I go into G-pose, we whistle for our mount, and I don't understand. I don't understand why. Okay, first of all, weather, go away? Did it just fucking start to rain? Are you serious? Appreciate movement. Stop blowing the fucking mount whistle. Why? Heaven's Door, does anybody know? You can clear it by sitting and standing. It always uses the most recent animation. Interesting. By sitting and standing. Sitting and standing also makes my weapon glow. So you know what? We might... It did, but now it's raining. I don't want it to be raining anymore. There's no winning. We might have already lost our opportunity, unfortunately. Okay, so... Don't show my minion. Graha is gone. That's good. Do show the NPC. How do I make you... Yeah, don't face the camera. Can we put the umbrella away? I don't know G-Pose well enough to do this, I don't think. Man, that's a shame. Why did it just have to start raining? Like, the second I opened up G-Pose, too. Bah. Alright. Well. We tried. Huge bummer. Yeah. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. That's too bad. That would have been really sick, actually. I'm disappointed now. Heaven's Door, can we make it so it stops raining? In G-Pose? Is that a thing we can do? Because I was trying to do like the stop weather effect. Only with mods. Well, we've lost this opportunity with Lina forever then. I'm not gonna lie, that made me really sad. That would have been super fucking cool and sick to have. Whether it's server-wide? This is MSQ. What does that mean? Yeah, but in order to New Game Plus it, I have to go all the way back through Shadowbringers. Well, facing the truth. Lina's ready to return. You know what? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, actually. I'm gonna take my break right here, and I'm gonna hope that the rain stops in the next 3 minutes while we're on break, and then I can come back and get my pose, and then accept the next MSQ. That's what I'm gonna try. We'll take our break here. Enjoy the music. We'll be back when the song is over, and hopefully when the rain is done also. It's 5 p.m. Oh, great! So the sun's gonna set. Can't win. Can't win. I'm gonna have to look at some of those mods. Maybe. Yeah. Alright. Enjoy the song. I'll be back. Not only is it still raining, now it's nighttime. So, if I really want this G-pose, I've got to kill like 12 hours of Eorzea time. And I don't know if I want the G-pose that badly, but I hate that the second, it's only 2 minutes? Wait, seriously? Okay, well then I guess we wait. For the rain to stop and for the sun to rise. It's gonna go from rain to clouds. Why? So I still won't win. There's nothing. Hi, Ollie. What's going on? How you doing? How's your week been? How's your Friday? Oh, it's just gonna be night. Cloudy night. Okay. You know what? One out. Fuck. Oh my god. So we're looking at like 20 minutes. It's gonna be night for 20 minutes? No way. I don't believe you. Hi, Paladin. Paladin, you will never guess what just happened. I accepted this quest, and it was sunny, and the view was great. And I was like back to back with Lina, and I went, this would be a great G-pose. And I typed G-pose in, and as the G-pose loaded, it started to rain. And now it's been raining for the last like 5 minutes of IRL time, and it's night. So if I want this G-pose, I gotta do something other than MSQ for the next like 20 minutes. Or I know I'm gonna play Shadowbringers again, so I guess if we really want it, yeah, quick, ooh, woo clear? Yeah, let me just see what's going on in Party Finder, actually. Hang on. Wow, I can't scroll through this as fast as I used to be able to. We got Ifrit cleanup. We don't even have anybody playing Uwu. There's not even a totem party up. No one at suppression. No one saying they're ready. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, damn, dead game. Dead game for real, for real. I'll just accept it. All right, you win. Everyone's oh, fuck. Did the Unreal just drop? Okay, someone explain to me what is Unreal content? What does that mean? And how do I do that? Is it harder than an Ultimate? What is it? Because I think this is the first time I've been playing where I've like heard about Unreal content that's like available to me, maybe. What level do you even have to be to do it? You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their posts. John, you don't even know? It's just harder than the extreme version of the... So it's kind of like an Ultimate trial? I don't think so. That's probably not the right way to approach it. It's an extreme scaled to level cap. Okay, so it's basically like doing the original mine? It's not out, but you can't do it until level... Ooh. Is that just because it's the most recent one? Are there others you can do at lower levels? Because I love the optional content that's more challenging. I think it's really fun. You have to go to Idleshire to pick up the way to do it, but it is unlocked. You get your... Oh, that's kind of sick, actually, then. So you can do older content with the rotation that you're used to. Because I know that's a common complaint that, like, players that are, like, fully current with the game have. It's like when they go back into older content, it like, their rotation is fucked and they miss X ability and... Me talk to my Catboy. Let's see what my Catboy has to say. Alfino tells me a warrior of light has slain the Sin Eater. I'm not sure what to make of this. It's Ardbert! Ah, yes. I was hoping to speak with you about, on second thought, never mind. It would be rude of me to, oh my god, he wants to know what Lina and I were talking about. He's so funny. I would do terrible things to him. 'Tis strange to think how heroes so beloved by the people could be brought so low in so short a time. Warriors of light, harbingers of the flood and all the world's woes, that this wanderer would so boldly claim their title is most curious. Indeed, approval? Nice, Entrots. An adventurer calling themselves a warrior of light. Why would anyone tie themselves to the legacy of individuals held in such low regard in the first? It wasn't their fault. They've been slandered. They're misunderstood. The others were quite shocked to hear of what we found in Lakeland. Now that you're here, there is a proposal I should like to make. I've been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late, I have noted more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the flood in particular. Oh yeah, fellow Graha lover, but I feel like Graha and My Bunny is just that, and so they were both bottoms meme. You know what I want? You know what I said you know what I want, and I meant, do you know what I mean? Maybe I do want it, I don't know, don't ask, it's complicated. The new one is, that's what I thought. I was pretty sure that the new Unreal was released with patch. Does that mean the new Ultimate's out? Did they drop at the same time? Also, hi Aaron, welcome in. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as Sin Eaters, or well, they were kind of became Sin Eat. It's 2 weeks for the new Ultimate. Okay. So that we're still waiting on, but the Unreal is out now. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. Well, we did it for Ishgard. I see no reason not to just, like, disclose everything that we know. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and them painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the flood. Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. Well, again, it was like they were doing good, but were also like subtly manipulated into actually doing bad things, and then they got blamed for the bad things, but it wasn't their intention. It's complicated, Beck. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Verbert. Yes, we did do that. Well, I played it. They did it. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as Sin Eaters is absurd. Yeah, it's Byakko. It's Byakko Unreal, isn't it? Yeah, the Jade Stoa, Unreal, in patch notes for 7.1, can be accessed via the Raid Finder. It's out. Oh, no, Dawn Trail stuff. That's why I don't read patch notes. I don't want to see whatever those extremes are. It's fine. I didn't see it. We're good. And furthermore, my ADHD will mean I forget it, even if it was important. So it's fine. No matter what, I stay winning. I stay correct. They brought to justice. Yeah, we read that. Okay. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the flood. Nah, Cat, it's definitely in there. It's definitely in there. People are doing it. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains, deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped you overcome Emmett Selk, correct? Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who knew him only as a villain. Also, like, we share the same soul, which seems kind of important. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alfino's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the flood that followed in their wake. I agree with this. I support this. We did it for Ishgard. We should do it for the first. I was like, is it first or the source? It's like, no, the source is where we came from. This is the first. Well, what say you? Yes! I wish we had done this sooner. I agree, but I don't think we could have. But I'm still going to say it. In hindsight, I agree, but better late than never. Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Becklug on our means of returning home? The rest of us will see to gathering the people of the Crystarium in the etc. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Hi, buddy. There can be no darkness without light, and so it was that Ardbert was there in your hour of need. The people must be told. I want to, like... I want to treat him like a cat. Like, sometimes, like, Mochi is just sitting there, and I just, like, I just, like, grab his face and, like, ruffle him a little bit. Just, like, stroke him really longly, and it makes his face look really skinny, because it, like, pulls his ears back. I want to do that to Grah. I have seen many a great and terrible thing in my long life, as has the Exarch, no doubt. Of a man I can say this. His memory is short, his heart fickle. Let us pray that your words reach him. I mean, I feel like they need to listen to us. Well, the alternative is that we're like, hey, Warrior of Light was good, actually. And we know him, and we've been talking to him. And then they go, oh my god, the Warrior of Darkness has been seduced by the evil villainy of the Warrior of Light. Fuck, we gotta kill him. I hope that's not what they do, but... This is also a bad time to remember that I can't actually really navigate the Crystarium very well. Oh yeah! Okay, I came to the right spot. It's when things are upstairs that it gets kind of tricky. What a wonderful surprise. I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. I've had fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. It's been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warriors of Light. The Exarch has already spoken with me about them. If there's more to the tale, I'd like to hear it. Okay, well, that's great. So we've got, that's gonna be over in the cabinet. That's gonna be over by the Amaro launch. Let's take, it is still fucking raining? Are you serious? I've literally never seen this much rain in the Shadowbringers zone. I think it's rained more this stream than it has the entire time we've been playing MSQ. Unbelievably unlucky. Let's do pendants, yeah. Why not? Hello. To what do I with a pleasure? I must ask you to be brief. Visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. You already told me all there is to know, didn't you? If there's more to their story, I'd love to hear it. Maybe then I can compete with Sayela in regaling patrons with stories of their heroism. Perhaps I'll even inspire a few aspiring inventors adventures. Sorry, he brought up Ciela, and I started thinking about her because she actually knew them, but I don't think we can tell people that, or they would become concerned why she's, you know, alive and young and hanging out. So we'll keep her secrets under wraps. Oh, hello! Hi, Paladin. Nice to see you. All right, and then we'll go to the markets? Yeah. We'll go to the markets. Just wanted to say hello. It's nice to see you. I only recently turned on names for friends, because friends would be on the screen and I wouldn't be able to recognize them. Want to browse wares in the market? I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be, under Yulmor's new leadership. Trade has never been more prosperous. Our Catman is killing it in Yulmor. That fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Little wonder business is booming the way it is. It won't be long before all of Norvrand reaps the benefits, but you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? Yeah, warrior light. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your returning the night to Norvrand. All right, consider my interest piqued. Okay, so far people have been receptive. We'll go back to this little mini right over here. And then I think we've got 2 more. We'll do cabinet and then a Morrow lunch. And it's probably Morin at the very top. Yeah, I love him. I'm obsessed with this meek little nerd. Oh my god, he's fantastic. Surely there is at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Well, 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 my friend, listen up, because I've got some first-hand experience for you. He loves it. He's so into it. Forgive me, the Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. Hi, Goose. Oh my god, Goose, I need to churn through 350 pages for book club by Sunday. How was your book? What were you reading? Did you get it done? The people wish to know the truth of the flood of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but every account portrays them as no better than sin-eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. Oh, yeah! Don't be so hard on yourself. You would address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light, of the flood. How fun! He loves it! Let's go! You have regaled me with the tale once before, but I should love to hear it again, and you may be assured I will not come alone. We haven't heard a single person that's been, like, not receptive. It's because they trust us. We have cultivated goodwill and respect in this city. And then a Morrow lunch. We're upstairs. Now we're downstairs. Okay, nice. I think it's just over here. We found it. I thought we would be chasing the last one for ages. The second story is Labyrinthine. Funny story by Emily Henry. Not my usual cup of tea, but I hadn't given it here in trans. It helped. It goes a long way. Forging your own representation goes a long way. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grenold not long ago. I gotta swing by him and pick up the rest of my stuff for tank and DPS. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and that he inspired him to reach new artistic heights. I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. Yeah, I just can't get rid of that guy. You mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story? Whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. Okay, and that's crafting stuff, so I don't need to worry about that little red quest marker. Or that little red quest marker. So, can I, like, jump down the stairs somewhere? Yeah. I was about to teleport back to the main aetheryte. I was like, I don't know how to get down. I'm stuck. Ah, and all of our friends are outside. Is that a Lala with a fat cat? Good taste. Those I spoke with at the orchard and the rookery were quite keen to hear what we have to say, for as much hope as they have for the future, the scars of the past weigh heavy on them still. It's good to see the people of the Crystarium so eager to learn the truth. With this newfound knowledge of the past, they will at last be able to look to the future with eyes unclouded. Between the four of us, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium. Now we need but wait for the people to... Ooh, cutscene. I bet something's gonna happen. If it's voiced, something's gonna happen.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
Oh, please, Alphinaud. Why not?
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
We don't seem sure about it, but we are gonna do it. Oh, I forgot about his Amaro. Spotted Morin in the crowd.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
They did. Also, I don't know what baby girl is. This is another blue-haired baddie. Baby girl on the right with like the pashmina and the cable knit sweater. She looks adorable.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They did.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
I think we've done the right thing here. Although I wish Ardbert would like show up and talk to us. Oh! Wait. What was with that really sinister stinger?
Impossible.
We're gonna say you can see him too.
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
I do not.
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
But this is good.
What in the world?
fucking hates it. I'm like, this is good, right? You still stand there like, get this guy. She hates him.
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
So he's recognized as such.
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may.
Okay. Well, what's going on, buddy? Wait, was he always shaved? I thought he had some stuff. Am I fucking hallucinating? I thought he did.
People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Well, really weird stuff happens. Yeah, with life and death in these games. I don't know how he's back, but it's not outside the realm of impossibility for me.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I.
He's so pretty.
I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass.
Now, I don't like that phrase in particular, because you know who talked a lot about the will of the star itself? Emmett Selk. Specifically in reference to, like, the creation of Zodiark. Like, we gave the star consciousness, the will of the star, and it was bad. Yeah, Bunny's a little bit
The
sus
hero
too.
who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home.
I mean, that's true, but
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it.
okay. Well, if he wants to be like the guardian of this shard when we leave, I'm cool with that. But I don't really know why he didn't talk to us about it first.
The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
I think it's so funny he got a body back and immediately went, fuck, I've had beard itch for 100 years. Just immediately gets rid of it.
What? Us? Warriors of Light?
Oh, he did clean
None
his
of us
axe.
were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former.
But he only became a warrior of light after doing that and then receiving like Heidelin's blessing. So if he wants everyone here to become warriors of light, then they all have to be blessed by Heidelin.
Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'twere better we retired under the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Hey, Drazar, welcome in. Yeah, Rabbit's not cool with this. I mean, because I assumed that he just, like, dissipated back into Aether. Because we had that scene in the final cutscene after the final Shadowbringers MSQ, the titular Shadowbringers MSQ, where, like, we were in the crowd, and then it did a 360, and then it was his friends and him, and he was walking towards them, and I figured that was, like, meant to indicate that, like, he finally, like, passed on, or, like, found release. But then he is here, so maybe instead it just, like, gave him a body? I don't know. Oriana doesn't seem to think this is actually Ardbert, but then, like, who the fuck else could it be? Like, they'd have to be a shapeshifter.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
Oh shit, it goes right into the next segment.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first.
Sure is, Graha.
I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern,
exactly, like, it's him.
But it has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
Because it's like, it can't be, like, it can't be Ascian stuff because he didn't have a body to possess. So it has to just be him, but he is acting kind of weird. Like, there was a closeness between us that's not there anymore. Huh. So game says it's not him. We're gonna go with option 2.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
But again, then how? Because he didn't have a physical presence to occupy, so.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Ardbert, then why aren't you popping out? Why didn't he pop out? If he's with me, why didn't he pop out to be like, hey, bad dude, imposter. Ardbert, you're sleeping. We caught him, he's napping. Yeah, he's been locked in, working overtime for the last 100 years. Now he's asleep. And I guess he wasn't, he wasn't looking out the window while this was happening.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not.
That's really, that's sadder then, because he means he still hasn't found peace. I assumed, yeah, initially that he had, like, passed on, or just, like, was no longer shackled to this realm as a ghost. But no, Y'shtola was like, man, he's still in you. It's like, oh God, Ardbert, you're still stuck. That's so sad. Copy, that's a sick interpretation.
But one plausible explanation.
Okay, Urianger?
That he is an Ascian.
But that doesn't make sense! Because they can only pop into Well... Well, Emmett Selk did say that... Because we asked him, I thought. We had a little dialogue train with him in one of the early quests where we were like, hey, is this like what you look like? And his answer was something to the effect of like, nah, I just like put myself in a random dude and then made him look like this because I like the way this is. And we were like, okay, cool. But Emmett knew what Solus looked like and had possessed Solus's body originally. So this, if an Ascian, that would mean they'd have to know what he looked like. Maybe?
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree.
Yeah, but they usually put themselves in corpses, Graha. But wait a minute. Is there only one Ascian left?
From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
It didn't occur to me that he had left his body behind. I assumed that he has just like been a ghost for so long. But the blood would have decayed like crazy. It's been 100 years.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus.
Fake Zos. They really don't know when to quit, do they? So Xenos walks in, Elizabeth goes, you know what? I'm good. Peaces out. Ends up here. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Is either looking like Ardbert or is in like the dusty remains of his corpse, re-solidified, and is here to cause problems. Yeah, I agree, Bunny. I'm frowning.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known.
Yup.
Thus evicted from his borrowed form and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
The emissary. Do I have that written down somewhere? I do, yes. So we don't know what Emmett Selk's title is, but we have written down that Lahabrea is speaker and Elidibus is emissary. Emissary of what? Personally, if...
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen. My, that is unsavory. And they do this often.
Beck, unsavory is a word for it. I feel like this is not a particularly wise call. Like, Emmett Selk made a big deal about being, like, one of the most powerful magic users among the Ascians, if not, like, the most powerful magic user, like, still in existence. His ass is cooked. I feel like if I were his colleague or whatever, and I was like, Emmett is down. He's benched forever. Retired. He'll never play the game again. I wouldn't be like, well, time to tap in. I would just, I just feel like this isn't a great way to plot and scheme.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them.
I didn't know that. Is their natural state like their Roby state?
Indeed, when
Yes.
Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light.
Wait, we met this creep back in ARR?
On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of
I was
him.
gonna say, Urianger, didn't you like work with this guy for a little while?
In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion.
Literally, like, that's what I keep saying. Like, why hasn't anyone tried to take over my body? Like, I'm the big one. I'm the Warrior of Darkness or Light or whatever you want to call it. I'm the Icon Slayer. Why hasn't anybody ever tried to, like, take me over? Is it because of the blessing? And they're, like, tempered by Zodiac or something? There has to be something there. There has to be something that makes me an
Mayhap
exception.
the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Primal stuff. Yeah, they can't handle. They can't handle this bunny boy. They, you know what? They can't handle how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Albert's mortal remains should be susceptible?
Yeah.
Given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps?
Disapproval. I mean, I think probably it's fine because he's dead. There's no blessing in a mummy, right? I'm still not entirely sure how. Well, if he was buried like 100 years ago, there's no body left to possess. Like, they yoinked Xenos real fast. He was fresh. Ardbert, not so much.
Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
What's he planning?
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark.
Well, if he's trying to preserve the balance, would that not, like, diametrically oppose him to Emmett Selk? Did they not share the same goal?
When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary.
I'm sorry. Urianger, this makes it sound like Elidibus propositioned you romantically. Yeah? When he made overtures, you were able to glimpse behind the mask?
I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent.
Yeah, I think you were wild for this, bud.
Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful.
Uh-huh.
Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. Okay, so it sounds like I would like to know what La Hebrea was good at. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember. But it sounds like Urianger is saying that Elidibus's strength is more charisma, more manipulative, very like Zinch based for the 40k among you. Whereas Emmett Selk was just like raw magical talent. So I wonder what La Hebrea's deal was. What were you good at, La Hebrea? You died real fast.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people.
And now we can't say anything
And I would
about
hesitate
it.
to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association.
We can't do anything about it. We can't say anything. We can't act.
That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
Okay. I'm gonna be wanting an explanation for why the real Ardbert isn't
His
jumping out.
performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
Do you think Elidibus is He must! He must be counting on the fact that we know it's not really Ardbert. Ooh. I want tea. I want potato salad. That actually really made me want potato. I've got leftover potatoes in the fridge. We must not act till Ardbert hath made his plans. It would be folly to proclaim him false at this juncture. We were a hair's breadth from defeat when we faced Emmett Selk, and now we must contend with yet another Ascian. We must tread carefully. But a despicable practice, appropriating corpses. Such depravity eclipses any horrors I witnessed in the age of Obert. They must be stopped. I feel like you probably saw... They're dead. They're dead. You saw, like, living people transmogrified into monsters that needed to be slaughtered immediately. I feel like that's worse than wearing a dead guy like a mask. I feel like that's worse. What do I know about anything? Okay, I have a question for the Shadowbringers minded among you. It's 3:15. I can stream for like another hour. This feels like a natural stopping point. Or if I stream for another hour, will we find a better one? What y'all thinking? Because I can keep going. I will probably take a break to eat some potatoes. But I can keep going. Yeah, Sun, could you check for me? You're so awesome. I just started 5.2 today, so I can't imagine we're close to the end of patch. I think 5.1 took us 2 or 3 streams, at least. I think 3? I think 3. Maybe it was only 2. I'm just testing the waters for pacing. Probably do a quest or 2? Okay. We go back to the bunny. This is bunny time. With furrowed brow, the exarch deliberates your next move. You did well to dispel the falsehood surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the Flood. I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather one whom appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an imposter, of that there is no doubt. But to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Hulmore, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight, prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become warriors of light themselves. Probably for no good reason, right, Stola? Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. I don't suppose we can just ask him, right? Let us pray that Master Alfino returneth soon with that most essential knowledge. The height difference between Urian... Wait a minute, what the fuck? Is Urianger kind of buff? I'm sorry? Are y'all seeing the muscle definition in his arm? I guess that astrolabe be heavy. Oh my god, he's kind of buff. What's your routine? Yo, nice gains, bro. I'm Myron. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. We will apprise Thancred and Reen of their efforts. Confront. Wait, confront? Like, fight? No way. I think it prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Becklook and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel that it might one day carry you home. She's thinking about something. I think it's time I return to the Greatwood. Everything we have learned of the Astians has been handed to us at their leisure. That was one of Emmett Selk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. I don't think it was a failing. I think he was just having fun. I received word from Fanau that heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Katana Revel. Almet believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization. That of the Asians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. That's good. Can I go with you? I wouldn't dream of going without... Obsessed with her. He was a theater kid for sure. Coffee. When you are ready to make for Fanau, Almet and her sisters will be expecting us. Let us be about our tasks. Give my regard to the V's. V's? Vi's? V's. We'll say V's. Vi's makes it sound like arcane. Vi, League of Legends, plural. Hi, Exarch. I would like to join you in untangling the Asians' machinations. I think it best I stay here and devote my energies to finding a way to deliver the Scions back unto the source. I will help the Exarch in any way I can. The key to solving our problem lies with him and the Allegan Eye. Okay. This is where we will take our break. I'm gonna heat up some leftover potato. You and me both. And I will be back in a couple of minutes when the song is over. We might do a regular length one and then a short one, depending on how long it takes me to eat potato. But I'll be back. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Sorry I'm late. I had potato. I had bread. I made tea. I got a sweater. It's kind of chilly. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I love this one. It's so soft. It's so soft. I remember looking at the fabric composition and being surprised that it felt so soft. It's the viscose. It's nice. It's cozy. It's cozy. It was a good break. I know that's done. Yeah. Okay. We will zoom. We will teleport. We will go to Raktika. The bunnies live in Fanau. It's really soft and comfy. So my cat loves this sweater. I threw it on the bed once. I like tossed it onto the bed. I took it off and I just like got distracted. I like went to the kitchen to make tea and I came. It's still fucking raining outside. It ain't been sunny in the Crystarium for 2 hours. But I left him alone with it, and when I came back, he was doing the blanket stomp, and he had pulled loose like so many threads. So it's a house, but I can't wear it outside the house now because he destroyed it. He's lucky he's cute. It's foul. Yeah, it's foul, son. Hi, bunnies. I'm also bunny. Let us pray these new ruins are not as unwelcoming as the last. Are these new ruins going to be a dungeon? Dungeon? My, it feels an age has passed since you last graced us with your prayer. Hi, bunnies. You look as if you haven't seen us in an age. Is the passage of time all that different beyond the borders of the Great Wood? Bunnies. We've accomplished much since last you came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Rock-Decafa. I have a question, but I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. If it's a spoiler, I don't want to know. If it's information that we have received, or information that, like, they don't ever really touch on, but there is an answer for, I would like to know. So I'm looking at her forehead, and we've got, like, the little jewel there. And Garleans have their little thing as well. What's the deal with the Garlean one? Is it like an object implanted into their skin? Is it like a natural growth? Because they all have one. What is it? Has the game told me that? Will the game tell me that? Or does it just like come up in one of the encyclopedias, but the game doesn't really talk about it? Yeah, son, that's what I want to know. Because every single one of them has one, but I'm just like curious, like where does it come from? Are they born with it? Is it something they get later on? I don't recall it ever being addressed. Yeah. Does anyone in chat know how they get that? They are. Okay, I almost wondered if it was an implant. Or like, implant might be the wrong word, but like an augmentation that's put in later. But they are born with it. Okay. What is it? Is it just for... It feels really weird being like, does that part of their body have a use? But like, is it decorative or does it serve a function? It's referred to as a third eye, but that's all that's said. I believe it's natural. Okay. So it's basically just like hair or like fingernails or eyebrows for them. It doesn't do it. It's just there. Okay. Can it see? Is it like, does it have vision capabilities? Believed to improve the race's capacity for spatial recognition, giving them an advantage over others when it comes to navigating aircraft, fighting weapons. Interesting. So presumably, like, damage to that would hinder that spatial recognition. I think that's why Sid's a good... I thought Sid was just built different. Who is he? Sid... Not yay. Nan? Anyway, but I figured he was just built different. We've accomplished much since he last came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Rock-Decafa Falls. Any damage? I mean, yes. That's also the thing, right? It's like, he's minuscule. You put him next to his ex-husband, Nero, and he's absolutely positively dwarfed. He's so tiny. We have accomplished much since last you came. The Light Warden dead. Minions dispersed. We have reclaimed our... I feel like I've read that 3 times. My bad. It was there that we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. I think that... I know. I want Non now. Sorry. I had Non a couple of days. It was so good. I haven't stopped thinking about it. I always kind of perpetually exist in a state of wanting Indian food. It's so good. Maybe I'll get curry tonight. It's Korean corn dog day. haven't had a Korean corn dog. There's a place in town that serves them, but it's not necessarily like super conveniently located for me. But maybe I'll swing over there one day this week for lunch because you talk about them constantly, and I love corn dog. I'm a corn dog bitch. I'm obsessed with corn dogs. I think they're fantastic. So to see like the toppings and stuff that you get on yours makes me curious, makes me hungry. Do I not also... I was gonna be like, do I not also deserve a treat? Do I not deserve a reprieve from the horrors of this world? I bought a bag yesterday as a reprieve from the horrors of this world. And I bought some Christmas presents for a friend this week to escape from... Maybe the corn dog can wait another, like, 2 weeks. Bi-weekly. Yeah, maybe the corn dog's on pause for a while. I'm a corn dog bitch for now. I love them. I love corn dogs. Corn dogs and tater tots. Which sounds like so silly, but there's corn dogs, tater tots, and plain-ass fucking rice are just, like, so comforting to me. I think there's just something so cozy about those foods. We're all in agreement, but for any investigation could proceed, you should do some... I think this is gonna be a dungeon. I think it's a dungeon run. We are grateful that you did. From what you've told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades and I seek can be found within. So, my rice cooker, Zojirushi supremacy. Like, I firmly believe Zojirushi makes, like, the best rice cookers on the planet. And they have multiple settings. And there's a cake setting. And for the last couple days, I've been rolling it around in my head. I'm like, I should steam a cake in the rice cooker. Why shouldn't I steam a cake in the rice cooker? I think you should, Socrates. I think you deserve it. I think, why not have a little treat? When my treat comes in, I'm sorry. This is me remembering in real time. I bought another treat last month that was shipping internationally from an artist alike. And, oh yay, and I got an email that I was waiting for, so that's really cool. Hey, when's that shipping? Hang on. Because that would be fun to have. It's like Christmas. Whenever I get gifts in the mail, it's like Christmas. I paid for them, I ordered them, but it's still fun. Did my power just go out? That was weird. I didn't like that. You're in my wall. Yeah, if stream abruptly dies, the power went out. Okay. Oh, cat, it's Zojirushi. Yeah, I love them. I love them. That's the brand I used in Japan. I bought myself one as soon as I moved back to the States. The wisdom could prove invaluable. Yeah, we should all, yeah, cancel that. Don't blame the loss of power. Blame John. John, this is your fault. See, I put on the sweater and now I'm too cozy. I'm too warm. We may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I feel like that's... God, she's fine. I just had the most pornographic question roll through my head, and I'm not, it's so bad, I can't say it out loud. It's good we've come. Ronco was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. Worse than Dyson, I think. It's our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent, yet lies... I love that word. That's so much fun. Surely any threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. This is not a game. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Why not? We can't die. I'm the main character. Chilliams, what are you narking on me for? You're a snitch. Who was it pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing... You promised not to tell. Sibling oppression! I suggest we be going. Get back! She runs off! I like, this bunny is the oldest sibling, and she must just be like... How old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better idea. Stola can't stand it. Forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you endurers into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily satiated. You needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm. If not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. I don't know what sedulous means. I'm assuming it means like stalwart. Yeah. Showing dedication and diligence. Wow. I love that. Okay. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Let us make for the Katana Valley. Okay. So, if this is a dungeon... Dog! Hang on. That's a dog! Forgot I had this now. Did he woof when we got on it? I think he woofed. Hang on. Oh, it's a roulette, so I'm not gonna get the same one ever. That's fine. Wow, this is a really stylish Moogle. The fuck? I said Moogle, but I meant Chocobo, and I need you all to know that. Anyway. You know what? It's fine. Sometimes these things just happen. Sometimes the brain fills in a word in the puzzle, and that's not the word that we wanted, but it is the word that comes out of our mouths. So are there Moogle mounts? I feel like there must be, right? We've got Gooboo mounts. I'm sure there's a Moogle. It's probably like kind of grotesque, like Good King Moggle Mog or something. There's gotta be. Sometimes you must coop out to quet. Exactly. Aya's over here spitting facts. Is this an instance? I told you there would be. I told you. Even Emmett Selk was taken aback to find a mural illustrating the final days in these ruins. What other surprises do you suppose yet lie within? I feel oddly ill-equipped to venture inside. I'm sure things will work out. I'm a healer! We're gonna be fine. Ready when you are. The inflated Moogle with a bench? I don't think I know that one. I don't think I've ever seen it. Can you get it or do you have to buy it? Also, hi Strap, welcome in. Okay. It's instance time. Let's do it. Most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal on the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. Oh. Oh. It's not an instance. It's a recommendation that we set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Does anyone know how much time this will take? It's both? Because I'd like not to stream past 4, and that's 20 minutes. So this would probably take us right up to it. As long as it's not like 30 to 40 minutes of cutscenes, we should be fine. Fuck it, we ball. Ah, there is an instance. Okay, so it is an instance, Lord Fireriser, and then a cutscene. So the instance itself is probably like 10, 30 minutes. Fuck it, we're gonna do it.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
I love the voicing on them. That bunny makes Bard look cool. That's what I thought, Lord Fireriser, but I don't ever remember getting a cutscene warning like that before an instance, so I was confused.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Is it gonna like come to life and attack us?
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
Almost? I was like, who's creeping? It's one of the sisters.
Why you... Ugh.
She hates it. I feel like Y'shtola is an only child.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead.
I want this top. I want to wear something that shows off my bunny's stomach.
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
We gotta put an owl down. I feel like something's gonna get us.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism.
Okay, I'm sorry. Something about the way she said some additional defense mechanism, like, really made me feel something. That's right, I did the summoner quests. I forgot about her. I forget whether they're close or not, but she certainly has only child energy.
Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly.
We fight the statue.
Wait! Don't!
What?
Ah, we got Indiana Jones'd.
What is happening?
Oh!
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
Grotesque!
Why am I not surprised?
She's so
Prepare
tired.
yourselves.
Yustula is so tired of things happening. Whoa! Huh? God, I thought for a second it was gonna turn them to stone. Are they making me play a gold saucer game? What is this? What is this? Duty commenced. You trespass upon sacred ground. In retribution, 4 souls have I bound. Ugh, verse. Yet to heroes proven learned and wise, a comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would see their set free, answer me. These riddles 3. Okay, I like riddles. Deft of paw, with kin do I vie, though sought apart. Betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. What am I? I don't think I like riddles anymore. Okay, deft of paw would have to make it Oppo Oppo or coral. You know what? I like cats. I think we should go with coral. I bet cats are the answer. I should have reread the riddle. 'Twas the Oppo Oppo, keen and shrewd. It's... He didn't actually just eat someone's soul, did he? Through fearsome fang, I travel with pack. That would be wolf. Right? I legitimately don't even think I've ever seen an Oppo Oppo in game. Where are they? With fearsome fang, I travel with pack. Together we find harmony, and thus for peace are... Okay, well, owls don't have fangs. And I don't think serpents travel in packs. I'm going with wolf. And if we fuck up, then we'll know the answers for next time when we do it again, because we fucked up. There we go. Spirit of the wolf, their doctrines praised. They would know peace and harmony to the end of your days. I gotta get that other bunny back. On my belly do I crawl. By my strength does prosperity reign within our... You're a snake! You're a snake. The dread serpent turned protector, lured to slumber ere it tear the world asunder. Does it have to speak in rhyme? A test of mind and memory. Choose wisely and you all may yet go free. Okay, so she's not eaten yet. Twixt these talismans hide friend and foe. Choose your companions well, or sorrow no. Okay, do I just start attacking, or... Okay, well... Let me see if I can spot any visual differences between all of these first. If I only get the ability to choose 2... Almond, what do you think about this? I cannot talk to her. Okay. I'm gonna pick this one. Okay. Either it's scripted to always be whatever ones you pick, or that was a really lucky shot in the dark. Holy shit. Okay. But what was different about it? Because to me, they all look the same. I think maybe we're just scripted to get it every time. It's got the chain and the masks. Is there some meaning to their... Girl, if only I knew. I'm picking this one. Okay, but we know this was Justola. So that's fine. Trust my instincts? Okay, well then I like this one. Hey! Okay. What? Oh, because I already... Wait, but why did it fail to summon? Oh, is it a matching game? I think it's a matching game. Hang on. Okay. I thought we were just trying to pick 2, but they need to match. Oh! Ha! I didn't expect her to be a creature. Okay, let's do this one. Well, I matched them because those are the only ones where I knew where they were. Bunny? Okay, that's great. So Bunny and Bunny. And I figure if I could get cards off the field, that would be a good call. Okay, okay, okay. And then we got red, and I think it was this one. Yeah! Okay. Creature. I'm not afraid of any lizard. And now we have Y'shtola back. Yay! So now we have to fight Huaca. There still remains one trial I must pass. Boy. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I would first take the measure of your worth. You want to fight me. There it is. Yeah! Here we go. One worthy of she who the Ronkins extolled must be strong of mind, body, and soul. Oh, and I already, what, Presence of Minded? So I won't have that up for a while. Do we think I'll need to heal them? Maybe we should just assume I will need to heal them. beg sacrifice. Well, hopefully none of us.
Here I come.
Oh! That's sick! Oh my god, they can do chain mechanics! I've seen people in Party Finder who can't do chain mechanics. Okay, so now I don't want to be the person who can't do the chain mechanic. We'll just take this over here.
I will not hold back.
She's so sick. I actually really like this. Yeah, fighting with the bunnies is cool. Simon's the healer! I didn't know that! Doesn't seem like this is gonna be like terribly difficult.
I will not hold back.
You may think you're... No, I think you're toast, actually. Yeah, I think we're killing the shit out of you. Animate?
This and that and this.
Creatures! Oh my god. They changed the cast time for Holy. Oh my god. They changed the cast time for Holy. All day, every day, Holy, all the time. Slide casting Holy perfectly every single time. This might be the best quality of life upgrade they've ever made to White Mage. Holy is a gainer, too. Oh my god, it's so fat. Bwong! Bwong! Bwong on demand. Oh. Deactivated. He's asleep now. I'm very certain that Holy and Art of War are both gains on too. As soon as instant! Shit, that means I'm gonna have to move it off this. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to. I would like to Asuna while in motion. Which means I gotta switch Asuna with Rescue? We'll worry about hotbars later. Well, that was cute.
Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite.
Polite magic.
Now, what have we learned?
Not to touch statues.
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
Still's like, what have we learned? And the bunny's like,
who
nothing.
would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Who do we think the hero is? Who's buried here? Is it bunny? It looks like a bunny.
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna?
I keep waiting for him to come back. He's too cool to just be trashed for good, right? Like, they brought back Xeno. Bring back Emet-Selch.
A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
Interesting.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed. Well, I for one always believed.
Kind of reminds me of the power that Alfino's grandfather had.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
So she had the echo.
Naught less than the echo.
Hey! I love to be right.
In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight.
What is the event in the Source that they're referencing? Would this be a 1.0 thing?
We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel?
I'll be honest with you, baby girl, I don't really remember.
Moreover, does it not recall that which Emet-Selch invited us to witness in Amarot?
That, however, yes, I remember Amarot.
The final days.
The final days?
If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger?
The final days. For an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger. Wouldn't that require that person to be alive for that whole time, though?
The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory. Or shall we say modern etherological theory.
Unless she's talking about, like, reincarnation?
But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided... It would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar.
Is she implying that all Ascians had the echo? And that post-sundering, little bits of that might have bled through like the shards of their souls? But I thought the echo was tied to Hydaelyn.
I shall refrain from making any further wild claims.
No, baby girl, I want to
such
hear
time
these claims of
as I have
yours.
evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
I mean, if I'm given the opportunity to talk about Emet-Selch, I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about Emet-Selch. But personally, I want to believe that he said that only to me. And they don't know that unless I shared it with them.
remember us.
So it's interesting. So if this is a depiction of a V's arc
History is learned, not lived.
that depicts the final days, and then what Emmett Selk showed us about Amarot was also depicting the final days. The Amarotine version would have been way before. Has there been more than one final day? It's because there's more than one Final Fantasy. Okay. So the final's a little bit flexible, maybe?
We have always protected the Tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently.
Okay.
We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
Okay. I feel like this planted a lot of seeds, but I don't know if I really appreciate the gravity of any of them. And maybe I'm not supposed to. Like, maybe they're gonna elaborate or clarify moving forward. Tune is the reason I took up spellcraft. Never did I imagine her tomb would be found, let alone that we would be the ones to have the honor to do so. Because when we were hanging out in Amarot, it certainly seemed like it was just ancients. There weren't really any other civilizations around. They did consistently mention, like, someone across the sea. But it also seemed to imply that, like, that civilization may have already come to an end. I don't know. We learned nothing of the Asians, but the potential link between the Echo and preternatural star showers is intriguing. I sorely underestimated the defenses of these ruins. Perhaps Simon was right to urge caution. Okay, so maybe it was just a star shower, not necessarily the final days that was in Timu's depiction, but it certainly seemed to be much to ponder. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. Girl, you have no idea. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legend of Tuna and her exploits has been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone, and though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. It's different because I'm funny. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought, so long as we are here, there are none among the V's who will not know all you have done for Northland. We're not deserving of such reference. I said reference. I'm getting tired. It's after 4. But we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. Interesting. I don't know if I fully understand everything that was just revealed to us or implied to us. Hopefully, the game will give us an opportunity to learn more. This is, however, where we're going to call it for today. I still have family in town, so I got to split to run errands and hang out with them for a little bit. We will return to streaming tomorrow with Silent Hill 2 Remake. We have just entered the prison. And movie night tomorrow also with subscribed Twitch viewers. On the Discord, we will be watching. Good. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. Look Back, which I have heard is positively exceptional. And I could really use something exceptional and invigorating in my life right now. So we're going to watch that. Thank you for hanging out, everybody. I will hopefully see you on Discord. And also tomorrow. If you've been lurking and you had a good time, feel free to follow, should it so please you. And otherwise, I think this is where I will leave you. Let me see if anyone stands out to me as someone that we could raid. Nothing really jumps out, actually, so this might just be where we call it. Yeah, I think this is where we'll call it. I hope you all had a good week and are looking forward to a relaxing weekend. And hopefully I will catch you later when we tune in for Silent Hill 2 Remake, 12 p.m. noon Pacific, tomorrow and Sunday. Okay, have a great rest of your night, everybody. Bye. That's a lie. I cannot believe a friend would come onto Twitch and lie to me about being able to finish post Shadowbring in 20 minutes. I'm disgusted. The vibes are bad now, and I'm leaving. Goodbye. I love you guys. Mwah.